Okay, class. So let's get into Nasca proper here. And it's going to be the early intermediate period when they really start to grow and fluoresce. But the reason we spent 2 videos on Paracas is because there's a lot of continuity between the two. But the territories don't overlap exactly. And the ceramics are different, so that's why we don't talk about it as just one culture's evolution. So Nasca ceramics, 14 different shades of color, different slips, right? Is really, really impressive. Instead of the moche stirrup handle, stirrup spout with that kind of single spout, you get the 2 spouts with a bridge. And get these cool effigy jars and all kinds of crazy shapes. I'll show you here. That hallucinogenic cactus that we talked about already, the one that produces mescal. More trophy heads. More trophy heads. I brought you a severed head. Happy birthday. So again, with the cactus imagery, they point a lot to shamanistic practices, altered states of consciousness, hallucinogens, etc., in use. So some of the ceramics are naturalistic: plants, animals, birds, fish, people. But then you get these mythical animals: a mythical killer whale, a horrible bird. These are archaeological names, but they're amazing. A mythical spotted cat. You know how it be. So there you go. There are some mythical animals for you. I hope this guy visits your dreams this evening. Now, of course, what Nasca is really known for, and if you've heard of them before, you've probably heard of them for this reason, are these things called geoglyphs, which are these massive designs that are put in their dry landscape. So some are quite large, 2 basic types. These kind of abstract things, lines, trapezoids, etc., and then what they call biomorphs, full figure representations. Some are people, some are insects, birds, all kinds of things. I'll show you some pictures, but unfortunately, these things are so large that it's really hard to generate good photography of them. Anyway, the way that you make one is by clearing off the surface sediment and exposing a lighter colored sediment below. And so that's kind of what the difference looks like when you're standing right up on one, the difference in color. And here they are. I think you may not, I don't know how they're going to turn out in this lecture video, but when you look at the PowerPoint, should be able to see them. So obviously a triangle and these kind of more abstract things. There's a hummingbird here, and then there's a humanoid figure there. Some more images. So spider down here, see if you can spot the spider when you look at this. So this is another argument that idiots make for the presence of aliens, saying that like these can only be seen from the sky, from space, humans would have no use for these. So that's true, but you have to discount like the nearby hills, that, if you stand on those, you see the geoglyphs just fine. Interestingly, yeah, so they're stunning works. The lines run perfectly straight across the desert for miles. So the idea here is that they're incorporated into ritual behavior as these people are standing on the hills and the mountains, and tying that into fertility and survival and replenishment, that sort of thing. So recent news about Nasca lines. Unfortunately, Greenpeace tried to do a protest near a Nasca site, and it came to great harm. And I'll post a link to that story. Some good news, a Japanese team has discovered, this came out maybe a year ago, over 100 new geoglyphs. And the way they found them is really cool. So they were using satellite imagery, but they developed AI to hunt, through miles and miles of desert landscape to find these geoglyphs. And so the AI would call it possible matches, and lo and behold, they found all of these. And so now I wonder, I think it's a really interesting question. I don't think we've ever found a Nasca map of Nasca lines or anything. So imagine the sort of knowledge of where these are and where you would have to stand to see which ones, and a really cool, kind of shamanic knowledge that's held, among a few, that, imagine, you have your followers and they don't know much and they know some, and then you just point off into a direction and there's this huge giant thing there. So very cool, very cool. All right, that's it for Nasca. We're gonna do Tiwanaku here in the next set of videos, and I'll see you there.